They just don't want to do right. Oh, Lord, I'd be glad when I can get enough time in so I can retire. I'm going to go on home and sit down. I don't have to deal with this no more. Or you might be in that class with that crazy professor who say he don't regard God or man. Who say, why y'all jumping up and down? Because Barack Obama the president. He ain't all that. And you wonder, why am I sitting here? God set you there to be a difference. God set you there to be a witness. God put you there because he got some work for you to do. Somebody need to know. Somebody need to know. Somebody need to know what it looked like to be blessed. Somebody need to know how I rejoice even if it ain't going the way I wanted to go. Somebody want to know, how is it that you always singing and you always shouting? You ain't got no money. You drive that old raggedy car. Your husband won't act right. Your children crazy. Why is it that you always coming up in here smiling? Because I know a man. I know a man who walked the earth and sinned not. I know a man that was tempted in all things. I know a man that they hung on a cross. He didn't say a mumbling word. I know a man that hung from the 6th to the 9th hour. I know a man that they hung on a cross and he died. He died. He died. They took him down off that cross, laid him in a vile tomb. He laid there all day Friday, all night Friday night, all day Saturday, all night Saturday night. But early on Sunday morning, he got up, he got up, he got up, he got up. Woo, he got up. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He lived. He lived. He lived. He lived. He lived. I know a man. I know a man who sits at the right hand of the Father. And every time I get stupid, every time I fall short, he's standing there interceding on my behalf. Couldn't be Johnny Cochran. If Johnny Cochran had his own stuff, he had to answer for. Couldn't be Billy Graham, because Billy Graham's struggling with his own stuff. Couldn't be Peter, because Peter had his own stuff he had to deal with. Couldn't be Adam, because Adam the reason we messed up now. But it's Jesus. Jesus, Mary's baby, the lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. Ezekiel said he was a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Jesus! And because he got up, it's no longer I who live, but Jesus lives in me. I get in the way sometimes. I want to do what KG want to do. But it's amazing to me that even in all my wickedness, that every now and then he'll kick me to the side and the Father's glorified. That's why I'm here. It ain't about me. If I leave tomorrow, God will raise up somebody else. I tell folk all the time, my son, he helps me to keep it in perspective. Told me one day, said, Daddy, who can preach at Bethel when you too old to preach? I said, wait a minute, son, I ain't planning on going nowhere no time soon. It ain't about me. It's about the saints. It's about the body of Christ. And it's about us doing the work that God has called you to do. If you don't know your calling, you need to find it. God has gifted you. He's put people in your path. He's got folk around you who are dependent on you. They just want to hear you tell a story. Sometimes they need little collard greens to go with that story, but they need to hear the story. They need to hear your story. Because see, a lot of times we don't identify with folk we don't know. You know, we've looked at TV and see folk who said they've been divinely healed, and you go, yeah, well, they could tell me anything. But see, you need to sit down with Dorothy Teague so she can tell you what the Lord did for her. You need to sit down with Elizabeth Webb so she can tell you what the Lord did for her. And not only them, there are others in your midst, folks sitting next to you right now who done been to the gates of hell and back. You need to hear their story. And if God delivered you, don't sit on it. Because somebody need to know God's still in the blessing business.